Hello everybody, welcome to the first and final unboxing of the final manufacturing proof of Vana's Roundtable. Today I'm going to be unboxing what the manufacturer sent me, and this is going to be basically 95% like what is going to be arriving at your doorstep in hopefully 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months. There's a couple of things from the manufacturer that I'm going to be changing, but they're very, very minor at this point, so we will be going to production very, very soon. And once production is complete, shipping will begin. So, first things first is this box, which is actually empty because we ended up changing the box to make it about 1.5 inches bigger to accommodate just all the stuff that's inside this box, inside this game. But this is what the box itself will actually look like. So gorgeous cover. We avoid logos because it's a fan project, but on the side it tells you Anna's Roundtable, Fire Emblem board game fan project. Of course, Anna telling you it's a special offer featuring 100+ artists and her little shop. Of course, on the bottom here is a nice little letter to our budding tacticians. Welcome to Anna's Roundtable from Anna, and Anna. So we can take a look at the sides of the bottom as well. It's quite pretty. Here you have all the playtesters who helped playtest the game. On the opposite end, you have all of the artists who helped illustrate this game. Here we have a celebration of all of the Annas across the multiverse. And of course, our 4 special Annas drawing for this game. Designed by Soren, of course. So, with that out of the way, let's look at what is actually inside this box. This very hefty box. So as you can tell, it's about a little bit more than 1 inch wide and tall. A little bit taller as well, and it is heavy. Just over 6 pounds. This thing is quite the beast. You are getting a lot of game with this game. It's a premium product, and everything is as good of a component as it can possibly be. So, take that lid off. It's a big box. First thing you'll encounter is the fact that there is this plastic lid tray, and it is notched. It holds the rulebook in place very firmly. So the rulebook is not just going to slide around all over the place. It's held in place, which is very nice, especially if you like storing your games vertically. Below that is our map board and our 6 player boards, which again, all fit inside this nice little notch. Everything has their little place. I really wanted to design an insert that's very practical and usable, and helps store the game in a very nice way. So that lid comes right off, and beneath it, you're gonna see this big box of goodies. So first things first, we have these 4 boss boards. That's for the 2 to 4 player co-op boss mode. Beneath that, we have our player reference boards. These we're actually gonna make a little bit thinner so that they feel more like a flyer, because that's kind of the intention. They're like a reference board pamphlet. If you already play the game on TTS and Screen Top, you know exactly what these are. It's just a cheat sheet of all the rules and tags in the game. So there's gonna be 4 of these, and they will make playing the game a lot easier. So those go right here in this, nice little slotted area, which, makes it easy to access, but also prevents them from sliding around. Again, when you store the game vertically. And here we have all of the game's components. There's a lot of extra space for future expansions. For example, here you have all the cards. There's a big foam piece here to tuck those cards away. Again, these cards are plastic, which makes them feel very, very nice. These are not the Anna's Roundtable cards because they cannot print prototypes on plastic cards. But the plastic cards, this is just to show how big they'll be. The plastic cards are very nice. If you've never held a plastic card before, they are the most premium quality of a playing card you can get. They are near indestructible. You can bend them super far. They will just snap back to place. They shuffle very, very nicely. They feel incredibly premium in your hand. And they are basically indestructible. They're waterproof. You can spill Coke over it, milk over it. You can just wipe it right off. Hand oils. The color is vibrant and will not fade. And that's like, short of taking a pair of scissors to it and trying to fold it, you are not gonna be able to destroy this. You literally cannot even rip it if you want to. Of course, if you try to rip it, you will deform it because it is plastic, but they are essentially indestructible unless you're going out of your way to destroy them. So that's a big part of what makes this game premium. If these weren't plastic, the overall cost would actually be much lower, but you know, I didn't want to skimp. It's a premium product, you're paying a lot for it, and this whole thing is as good as it can be. So first time you're gonna open it, you're actually gonna see 2 punch boards. I've already punched those out. There's not a lot of cardboard components to this game. Most of it is gonna be these 2, your Ana coins, the currency in the game, and your damage counters to count damage on your units. These are basically the only cardboard tokens you're gonna be using in the game. Everything else is gonna be acrylic. So here we have our 20 Dragon Vane tokens. These are pretty standard. You see them used in a lot of board games. They're pretty cheap, but they do look very nice, and they fill the role of a Dragon Vane crystal pretty well. But these are a little bit nicer for your special abilities. When you have a unit with a special ability, you're gonna summon them, put a special ability gem on them. These are gonna be purple. They don't have purple right now, so these are orange, but the final product will be purple to represent your special abilities, and of course your shapeshifters. When you summon one of those, you're gonna put a shapeshift gem on them. Basically a teardrop gem lays flat on your card. If the unit uses it, you take it away. So those are your acrylic gems. Over here, you have a bag of 30 boss tokens. So if you already play tested the boss mode, you know that many of the bosses have unique tokens that they either accumulate or they summon as units. So for example, Demon King Full Mortis can summon skeletons. So these are nice and chunky and made out of wood so that they can stack up on the board if you use them as units. But also, if you count them up, they tile very nicely. They're chunky, they feel weighty, and they make the bosses feel more appropriate. And I didn't want to go with cardboard on them just because, you know, it makes the boss fight a little bit more engaging in my opinion. My favorite part, however, about this section is these little map tiles. So each player in 1v1 mode has a map tile, which you can move around using Dragon Vanes. And these map tiles, you move them using Dragon Vanes, but they fit inside this little spot. So even though these are kind of loose cardboard tokens, you don't have to worry about losing them or putting them in a plastic bag somewhere. They fit right there. The other place that's really nice is where these boss tiles go. So you have these 4 boss tiles here for playing boss mode, but when you set up a normal game, you have all your victory point cards right here. Boom. That fits super nicely. You know, you don't have to put these in like a little Ziploc or worry about losing those because they are pretty tiny. But more importantly, all of your victory point tokens. So all your victory point cards are just like what you need for a 1v1 is set up and ready to go. So you're starting a new game, you just go victory points, victory tokens, let's go. This is one of my favorite things about this box. This stores everything very neatly. So put that away, boss tiles. We also have 2 very chunky blue and red dice. This is one of the few changes I'm gonna ask for from the manufacturer. I'm gonna ask for a little finger hole here so you can take the dice out a little bit easier. But these are nice, large, chunky wooden dice. They're used for, you know, pickpocket and crit rate and a couple other effects. But you know, this game is not very dice heavy. There's not dice-based combat, but we have dice, so I wanted to make them nice and premium. Each player gets 1, and yeah. The most important part of this box, however, the part that I'm definitely most proud of, and probably what a lot of people are most excited for, are these meeples. Look at these chunky, gorgeous meeples. They are very nice and big. They're kind of reminiscent to me of xiangqi pieces, like Chinese chess pieces. So they're not just like your regular tiny meeples or, you know, tiny little things. You know, your regular standard 16 millimeter meeples like this size in comparison. These are nice and big. So even when you're sitting here far away from the board, they're going to be very visible and highly like easy to maneuver because you can see exactly where they are. You can see exactly, you know, what color they are. The shapes are very different, so you know whose is whose. And so unlike like a checker piece or something, you don't have to slide them around because they're so big, you can just pick them up very easily. They are great for grabbing and just, feels so nice. Yes, so that is my favorite piece, my favorite component that we've designed, of course. It's hard to beat that. And yeah, so that's everything that you're gonna get inside this box. It is a very, very exciting thing. I'm very happy with how everything turned out. Like I said, pretty premium game, and I hope it feels like that when you get it. Most games, I think, don't have inserts nearly this complicated or, you know, organized, but, you know, it's a pet peeve of mine. I've ranted about it before on Reddit, but yeah, hope that is getting you excited. We are still taking pre-orders until June 3rd, so do not miss your chance to pre-order the game. Once pre-orders are closed, the only chance you have to get the game is with leftover sales. So thank you again, everybody, for your support so far, and I can't wait for you to get this in your hand. Bye.